Ever found yourself in a situation where you don't know what to think, when there is something that you don't like, but with the setup that you've been given, you couldn't really have expected anything else? Like going to watch a Michael Bay movie. It's going to suck, yeah, but considering the information at hand, what else could you expect? You're left less with rage and more with quiet acceptance. This happened to me with Sakura Angels, and it's not bad, even if my comparison used a man whose mission in life seems to be to enrage as many fandoms as possible. It's a cute little game about two magical girls protecting a lucky boy from another magical girl and monsters trying to kill him. Pretty average concept, I know, and the game remains pretty generic and average all the way through. There is no voice acting to speak of and no sound effects except for music, which is a shame because the writing in this game is pretty good. While the concepts in it are not that original, the writing makes them at least engaging. It captured me right at the beginning with a pretty vivid and catchy description of something stalking the main character's nightmares. And this level of writing persists throughout the whole game. It's a shame that it's not used on something more interesting than your run-of-the-mill magical girl fantasy with very few pieces of art too. That's not to say that our magical girls are interesting though. Both your protectors and the enemy are characters that I did want to know more about, but like everything else in this game, even that was on a budget. In 2.5 hours of gameplay and minimal changes between the 3 routes of the story, you can't really get to know them that much. The whole story takes place in the arc of 5 days. Because of that, the ending feels rushed and you don't really feel like the switch from interested friends to something more from the girls is authentic. Still, as short as Sakura Angels is, I enjoyed the time spent with Hikari, Sayaka and Yuzuki. They may appear in a generic plot and have some cliched personality traits, but they actually feel genuine, different, likable, which doesn't usually happen for me with tsunderes like Hikari. It may also have to do with the fact that the designer went for a body type that exists in reality. Well, maybe it's my personal preference, but I find the girls in Sakura Angels much more attractive than the ones in Nekopara, for example, who are much more well drawn. And this game doesn't even have sex scenes! For how little I interacted with them, I felt like the angels were actual characters instead of pre-packaged magical girls with more features. And the main character feels like an actual person too. He's funny, he's actually in the story, those things. I can't help but wonder how much better this could have been if they had had a bigger budget to go on. But for what they give, $9.99 on the Steam store is a fair price. It may not have the beautiful animation of Nekopara, but its writing is very solid. Sakura Angels, ladies and gentlemen, developed by Winged Cloud, currently out on Steam. Let me know what you think of it in the comments or one of my social media accounts. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next Dream Review.